Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. I'm very pleased to bring to the Sikh channel viewers worldwide a business show special from Toronto, Canada. I'm joined today by Kuljeet Chahal, who's an immigration consultant. Kuljeet, welcome to Sikh channel.
Yeah, thanks for having me here, Dav. And it's like, what would you like to ask me?
Well, the first thing is, can you briefly tell us what you do, about your business, when did you start, and how is business for you today?
Well, I'm actually an immigration consultant. I've had my company since 2011. It's called HR Immigration. We help people from abroad come to Canada, and we'll help them with a position and get them their permanent residency. And we take care of all the paperwork for them and help them, settle into a fantastic country like Canada.
Is it a difficult business? There's a lot of immigration consultants. Is it very competitive?
In my niche area, I don't find that much competition because we're very well established. We've got a lot of blue chip customers. We've got a lot of huge companies that that rely on us. So we provide them with the expertise and the expert staff that they're requesting. So we have no issues whatsoever.
And if somebody was starting out now as an immigration consultant in Ontario, what advice would you give to them?
Well, it's a very difficult business to start. I mean, it's all about networking with the right people. And there's a lot of luck as well. You have to have a lucky break, and it's good to partner up with an established immigration consultant firm. So really you need to have good networking with the right people.
And going forward, what are your plans with the business? Are you intending to grow the business?
Well, we've got our plans are to. At the moment, the growth pattern that we have is pretty steady, so we're kind of content with what we got at the moment. And probably later on, we'll be doing student visas, and doing more on the family side.
And Kuljeet, you came to Toronto about 20 years ago from the United Kingdom. And what challenges did you face when you first came?
Okay. When I first came here, the challenge is obviously you have to settle into a new country and get to know people. You have to build up a new network of friends. But really, if you come with your wife and kids, it's a lot easier to kind of like settle in. And I think it's all about networking and meeting the right people, and everything else falls into place.
You make it sound very easy.
It is if you want it to be. Really, when you make a decision to move to another country, it's got to be all or nothing.
What do you miss about the United Kingdom, apart from family and friends? What do you miss? HP sauce?
Well, we get everything here anyway. So, we have so many British shops selling, the usual stuff. So, to tell you the truth, I miss the people more over there in England, and I miss, obviously the food. They've got a really good selection of Indian restaurants, as we used to frequent a lot, and also I think the other thing is the tight roads. I like the tight roads.
Much smaller roads.
Yeah, the smaller roads are really good.
Is it a difference in the people? You say you miss the people. Do you find a difference in the Punjabi or Sikh community? How do they differ from Canada and the UK?
I think there's more of a family atmosphere here. There's more of a family, more togetherness here. The only thing in Canada is that you have to book appointments with people to see everybody. It's not like England. You could just knock on anybody's door and say, hey, let's go out and play, let's go here, let's go there. So really it's, here it's a bit more formal, I would say, a bit more formal.
And what was the biggest challenge you faced in your business in terms of balancing time between family? You've got 3 young children, and it's quite a challenge to have a family, bring up young children and run a business. How do you ensure that you have a good work-life balance?
Well, you always have to look after your family, so you always have to give them the main time in the day, yeah? But you have to but you have to really be good at time management. I find time management is the key, and you have to give a lot of emphasis to your business because that's what pays your bills at the end of the day.
So is it a sacrifice that has to be made to be successful in business? You have to give that time at the expense of family time?
No, I don't think so. I think you can mix the two together, and you can give equal time to the business and to the family, because you don't want to be in life and you work really hard for like 60 years and then suddenly when you're retired you've only got like a couple of years and you kind of kick the bucket, yeah? So that's not the point of life. It's about enjoying life while you're having, your business and your family, especially young family.
What do you think of the Sikh channel? It started in the UK, it's now in Canada. And how important has the Sikh channel and your Sikh faith been in your business life or your life as a successful entrepreneur?
I believe like the Sikh channel's amazing. Okay, in fact, you have your webcasts online from the Sikh channel, which is really good. I think it's important that we have a channel for our culture, our religion, because it keeps like the youth of today informed about their heritage, their culture, and also, I mean, as Sikhs we don't we believe in honesty. We believe in taking your integrity, in having a better future, better family, looking after each other. And it doesn't matter what religion you are, we look after each other. And it's like typical from our Gurdwaras that we have, that we serve langar to anybody. It doesn't matter where they're from, what denomination they're from, we serve langar to everybody.
That's great. Thank you very much for joining the Sikh channel team. Finally, what advice would you give to anybody starting out new in business, in any business? What have you learned from your vast experience? What advice would you give to a new entrepreneur?
I would say you have to focus. You got to focus on one area, and then other areas will develop from once you focused on one business area. Other businesses can develop and flourish.
Kuljeet Chahal, thank you very much for joining the Sikh channel team for the business show in Toronto. Thank you very much. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.